Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Travel Mole broadcast. And I'm delighted this afternoon from the Hungarian Tourism Agency, I have Zsusa Szegner. I think I've pronounced that right. Good afternoon, Zsusa.
Good afternoon, and thank you. Yeah, the pronunciation of my name is quite challenging, but I think that this would be the most challenging part of for you during this
Well,
interview.
you know I'm fluent in Hungarian, so I'm hoping that's good. So, Hungary, how are you doing post-COVID, Zsusa? How, in the challenges, obviously, around the world that presented themselves during the pandemic, we've obviously emerged from that, but that's presented itself with new issues. But I wondered if the 2-year sort of hiatus has given you a chance to perhaps rethink your tourism strategy, perhaps in conjunction with your government. But it may be that you just thought, well, no, we had it right. We're going to continue as we were.
Actually, of course, obviously, it gave us time, as you said, to rethink our strategy. But we went very deep into all the details and all the guidelines and all the paths it was indicated in what we drew, and we already had to fine tune it because of COVID. So the amended version, the 2.1. Was actually issued right after, when the lockdown was released. But now it was necessary to give another fine tuning, another final version because of the actual geopolitical situation running right next to us. So, but the main guidelines remain the same. So there were not so many things to adjust, just the final details. So we are very happy that we could reach the principal aim to have an NTO who makes data-driven decisions. And we are already running successful years with our national data supply system, which allows us to have daily data from 45,000 hotel establishments throughout entire Hungary. So all of them provides daily data. So with this, we can target the audience much easily. Our marketing strategy is always it's up to fine tuning and to changes because of the actual data which we can see in the forecast. So if we see a slight difference, then we can put additional efforts where there is a need. So I think that in this which is the core of our strategy, there's no need for any kind of deep changes, although we are planning to include attractions like museums and any other kind of attractions, national parks and restaurants, and also caterers. So all the MICE segment could be also involved in the data providing system. So we will have daily data from the middle of next year about a much deeper point of view. So we will know much better, and we will not need to we will not have such a deep dependency on some data, which we don't collect from our side. Of course, we will use these sources as well.
Okay, so you have a data-driven marketing strategy, so you know
Yes.
where you're putting your money into areas that are going to get visitors. Probably, does that include a strategy, however, of lower volume, higher value tourism? For example, would you be going for a market that people have longer stays, that their propensity to spend is going to be higher when they come to your country, or are you just going, blimey, we need as many people as we can get in here? How does your data handle that, and how does your data help with that, if indeed that's your strategy?
is a tough question, because nowadays, after 2 years of suffering and because of the COVID and with the lack of Ukrainian and Russian tourists, of course, Hungary cannot say no for any kind of tourists. But of course, we are in our strategy looking much forward in the future. So yes, our strategy is more focusing on extension of the stay and for a better or an upscale tourist clientele. And of course, the challenge is what we already started to work on before COVID is to get to know about the countryside, about other regions apart from the capital, which because there are so many beauties and people doesn't really know about it. So the majority of it doesn't even matter which kind of research we are looking at, but the result is pretty much the same. That on an average international tourist base, we can say that Budapest is the known product. It is the brand, we could say, and this is where we still have job to do, and this is what we will do, and especially in the next year, this is the main like duty from which I gave to my colleagues, that we have to deliver clients to the countryside, because we expect
spread the love around the country a bit more, and not just Budapest.
Yeah, exactly.
That's very
because
interesting.
Budapest is getting back well. So the recovery in the capital, international tourist wise, is very, very good. So we don't have anything to be said of, on the opposite. So like we are already at 80%. I think it's a good result in spite of all the things that happened. And it is only about number of tourists. But if we are looking at the income of the hotel facilities, we are much better. We have much better results. So we are happy with that. Although we see a lack of tourists in the countryside, international tourists. So this is where we really have to focus our efforts.
Okay. Now, one thing data probably won't help you with in terms of visitor data is a strategy, and probably again involving the government, towards sustainability, and sustainability within tourism, not just environmental, but cultural sustainability. So if I come to Hungary, you want an authentic Hungarian experience. You don't want some watered down Western European experience. You want to experience authentic Hungarian cuisine, language, customs, everything. How do you handle that? And do you think that's an important part going forward?
Yes, we do agree on that. This is a crucial part of all the NTO's strategy in nowadays, and we also and in one single detail, I would argue with your statement that the data won't help us, because actually data helps us a lot in this aspect as well, because from data we can know that where is the concentration is above the normal, the regular, and where is the need still existing. So we can direct the focus of the clients with targeted marketing campaigns. So I think that in this aspect, data also helps us. And also the one good thing in COVID, that during the 2 days, we could finish all the developments which was running in the country. We are very happy to have at 17 renovated hotel establishments throughout Hungary, and the majority of this development was in connection with their heating on electric. So like, have a little bit much modern or much effective electricity system or heating system in the facilities.
Oh,
so actually. It's another part of sustainability, which now it's very useful for the owners. And on last aspect, I think that showcase the local offers and local gastronomy, local attractions in the museums to not only have the show. So the permanent one is always with the Hungarian offers and the Hungarian culture and to show more about the traditions. And of course, we always have in the spotlight some big names which could attract not only the locals but the tourists, the international tourists visiting Hungary as well. But meanwhile, they are there for El Greco, for example, now in the Museum of Fine Arts, but they won't skip the part of the Hungarian national collection. So this is, I think, one part of sustainability which is also important.
Well, you mentioned earlier about the geopolitical situation on your doorstep. How does that affect tourism? In, you know, if I was coming to Hungary tomorrow on holiday, would I see any detrimental effect of the fact that you've got some aggravation on your doorstep? Or would I not know about it at all?
No, you won't notice anything. As a tourist, you won't notice anything. As a hotel owner, definitely would notice the lack of certain markets, source markets. And I'm happy to say that in general wise in Hungary we are affected, but not that much. There are countries which are suffering more than Hungary, although there are certain cities, especially specialized in wellness treatments, in balneotherapy, where the majority, like not majority, but extremely high percentage, more than 20% of the clients used to be from Russian tourists, from the Russian source market, which is for them a very critical situation. We had to find together a strategy and a new way to fill the gap and to find other clients.
Has that meant, sorry to interrupt, has that meant a switch in international focus as far as your marketing? So, for example, is there a greater emphasis on the British market because the Brits tend to travel pretty much anywhere at any time?
Yes. Actually, we were very happy to see that, and the recovery from the UK market was extremely nice. So we are very happy to it. In fact, you are one of the biggest and most potent source market for us. So if we are talking about Budapest, it's always the first one, but now it's like the gap between the first and the second, it became bigger. Although this is a very special treatment package which these facilities are offering for a stay of 2-3 weeks, which has a clientele who is very loyal and goes back year by year during 10 or decades even. So it's very different and much more difficult to recover from other source markets. So it's not something we could recover from the UK market, but we cannot complain because we are very happy with the result and with the interest from the UK tourists.
Well, Zsusa, I wish you the very best of luck in the near coming future. I would say goodbye in Hungary, but it's such a complex word. I haven't got a clue how to pronounce it. It's Viszontlátásra or something like that.
Viszontlátásra.
Well, fair enough. That sounds good. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.